We're back. Tasty Crypto Show. I'm Ryan Grace. Of course, she's Shelley Van. Almost slipped up there, Shelley. Apologies. She's Shelley Van. It's like a tongue twister, you know. Tasty Crypto Show. It's Wednesday. We're getting through it. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. I'm excited.
Good.
Although I was just telling you off air that like I have that feeling that I'm forgetting something.
Oh no.
Forever. It's haunting me all day, and it's just been getting worse. Normally it's like, oh yeah, it was just something stupid, like, but this is just a lurker feeling that I can't quite shake. So.
Do you have to get gas in your car before you drive home?
I mean, no.
Groceries?
I've run through all the like logical things. It's something, I think it's like a task.
Have you bought your crypto today?
I did buy some crypto.
Okay,
today.
okay. Check the box.
Yeah. Grumpy Mike is here. Hello. Dino in the house. Shout out to the chat. But yeah.
Hopefully more people show up soon.
Hopefully more people. Yeah. Say what's up.
Some of the gang is here.
Some of the gang. Do we have a question for the chat? What am I forgetting? That would be, oh, is this live now, Mom? Hi, Mom.
I don't have a question. Do you have a question?
What am I forgetting?
Okay, yeah, that is a good question.
Lovely.
Jose, what up?
What
Sorry.
up, Jose? No, that's why we're here. Let's see. Favorite? We've done all the like sweet things. What about savory? Like salty snacks. Do you have a favorite salty snack?
Can it be sweet and savory? Because I love chocolate-covered pretzels.
Ooh.
But if we're just going pretzels, you know those ones that I think it's like, it was probably a genius idea by the company. I can't remember what the brand is, but they're these honey mustard like pretzel pieces.
Nibs.
It's from the same company that makes the giant pretzels, but these must have been like the broken ones, and then they just mixed them up. And
Snyder's?
yeah, that's it, Snyder's. Yeah, that's my savory snack.
Okay. All right, that's
And
a good
Chex Mix, I like that too. I like all the snacks.
You are a child.
I am at heart, yeah.
Popcorn will be the death of me.
Okay, yeah.
All forms, cheesy.
You drench it in butter.
I do like some, buttery popcorn, but really it's cheese, the cheesy popcorn. Like I dedicate a hand to turning orange.
You have to, yeah.
This is
make
my
the
filthy-
sacrifice.
Yeah, like, okay, I just won't touch anything with this hand until this whole session is over. But yeah.
Well, let us know, chat. What is your favorite savory snack? And, they're starting to show up now. Love that blob. Laura's here. That's your mom, right?
That is my mom.
Osborne Graves. Ben.
Sub-Zero.
Hell yeah.
What's up, everybody?
So before we kick things off, Shelley, we've got to talk about your new show. You and Dan launched a show, kicked it off this morning. It was awesome.
Thank you.
If everybody missed it, is there an on-demand recording? Can you go back and watch, or do you just have to tune in again on Friday?
You can. It is replayable on X and YouTube. So we will be streaming to Facebook eventually, but I forgot that we don't have 100 followers yet because it's a brand new account. So everybody here, please go like Tasty Crypto on Facebook because we will be live streaming over there once we build out that account a little bit more. But yeah, we will be doing the bookends of the week, Mondays and Fridays in the morning. And that was so much fun this morning. That was our pilot episode. Little hiccups here and there, but we made it fun. It's all part of being live and running lots of giveaways.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys are giving away money on the show.
We are.
And crypto.
We are.
And NFTs.
Yeah.
And other prizes.
Uh-huh. It's darn fun, a variety show. We're going to have some really cool guests that we've already got lined up, some founders in the space, some really cool projects, and we're going to do some real-time exploration. It's going to be awesome. I downloaded or updated Opensea today. That was a trip. Did it live on air, so it was like anything can happen. But it was really cool.
It's been a while since you were on there with all of your collection.
It hasn't. This is actually pretty new for that platform. Like I don't know when it went live. It's only been in the last maybe couple of weeks. So Yeah, and I got to use it today because I was transferring prizes from my wallet. So there's new features in there that are really cool.
So if you're watching the show, you can win your NFTs. And you have
Yep.
quite the collection, I understand.
Yeah, I could be proud, but there's a hint of embarrassment because it's a little excessive. But I'm proud of my collection, and I'm willing to share it with new friends.
I love it. Well, I think I got to catch a bit of the show this morning. It is awesome. I highly recommend it. Get over to our channel on X or follow us on X. Get over to our channel on TastyCrypto on YouTube. And the next episode is on Friday morning.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Beans with Shelley and Dan. Shelley Van and Dan. You're pulling double duty here today. What do you want to talk about first? We can go to the market, which honestly hasn't changed since 6 a.m. when we put together our market update. We've got a lot of great questions that we've been receiving in the TastyCrypto support inbox. So if you're using TastyTrade, you kind of have a broad, we can't help you with your account, but you have a big, broad kind of crypto question. We're happy to help out. If you have a question related to the TastyCrypto app or just anything crypto related in general, hit us up. We've had a lot of questions recently about kind of the connection between TastyCrypto and TastyTrade, a few questions on the app. So we can go and do a bit of a demo day, I suppose, but leave it up to you, Shelley. Guide us. Where do you want to go first?
Let's get some price action. Even though it's not exciting, let's get that over with. We got to know.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's jump into our slides really quickly. Have our performance dashboard just to take a quick peek at this. A couple things maybe stand out. Also, this is the same dashboard that was in the morning email. So if you don't receive that on Wednesdays and you want to, sign up over at tastycrypto.com. That goes for the Saturday email we send out as well. But yeah, just looking at where we are here, I mean, it's been pretty bearish. It feels like, at least for the majority of this month, as we're making it through. It's the 19th, but last few weeks, it's just been pretty poor. I don't know, boring, but just frustrating price action.
I've received some very concerned questions around Solana from people deep in the trenches, that maybe this is their first season in the trenches. So that can be alarming for those of us that have been around in crypto for a while. It's like that roller coaster of the whee isn't so dramatic. We're kind of like, yeah, we're going down. This happens. It'll come back up. We're good. Just long game view. But for anybody holding a big bag of Solana, what is your advice? Or not advice. We don't give financial advice. What is your opinion?
Yeah, in terms of how I think about it, I mean, I get where there's a lot of short-term selling pressure. A lot of what's happened that has probably made Solana interesting, and you look at some of the fundamental data that we've talked about that's been exciting around the fees that the chain is generating, the amount of new users, all of these meme coins or the tokens that have been launched on chain. That excitement has waned, and I think given what's happened recently with the Libra token, some of the other rugs, the blatant frauds that have kind of been launched, unfortunately, which is not specific to crypto when we think about fraud, but very quickly kind of bad actors emerge, and you've seen that on this platform. It's left a bad taste in people's mouth, and you've seen some selling pressure, but I think that's going to be short-lived in terms of we'll move past this. It's not like it's Solana crashing on its own. Everything has traded pretty poorly here. I think there's some macro drivers. It can't go up every day, obviously. You're looking for a bigger catalyst. Most of that is kind of priced in. There's a lot that's happening, not necessarily specific to Solana, but in crypto, when we look at institutional adoption, I think there's a lot of bullish drivers that are out there. But for many people, the time horizon is like overnight.
Yeah.
And so I get it. I don't think this is specific to Solana. And I think we also forget how volatile these things are until they go down. You experience more volatility actually on the upside, but it feels good. And you forget, how big those moves can be to the downside. So we look at Solana here at 170, 174, actually 167 if we have an updated price. It's kind of hanging out towards the bottom of a recent range, whether it holds on there or not. it is not trading very well. The other way that I would look at this is against ETH, against Bitcoin, and we can jump over to that in just a second. But yeah, you can clearly see here that it's been one of the relative underperformers against Bitcoin. But that said, not much has outperformed. Maybe bizarrely to me, Litecoin has outperformed, whispers of an ETF. Ripple, love it or hate it. I don't know what justifies the valuation, but that doesn't matter. That's been a fantastic outperformer. But Bitcoin Cash, Doge, ETH, ETH has been trading pretty poorly for a long time now, and we're starting to see that spill over into Solana. Bitcoin's held up okay, but I wouldn't be too worried about this long term. I don't think this is it for Solana.
Yeah. Jose loves Solana at this price.
There you go.
Sounds like he's buying.
Yeah, I've been buying some. I'm not putting everything I've got into it, but when you pull back to these levels and you look at something that was 280, 290 or so, we're about $100 lower than where we were just a few weeks ago. Maybe there's an attractive opportunity. Hopefully it goes back up. This stuff is, again, just very volatile. We forget how volatile it is until it goes down. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's helpful to anybody, but
I think it's reassuring.
Well, what we've seen is, this has been breaking down, and we're getting these price momentum signals that we've gone from bullish to neutral on the weekly, and that's one step away from going to bearish. And when those things happen, and you can see it here with ETH, maybe less of a reason to buy it while it's kind of trending lower. It doesn't mean it's going to stay there, but that's just how we use these signals. So
we have a question, JMG 1001, what justifies the SOL valuation?
Yeah, I think that, when you look at what's happening on Solana, what justifies any valuation here from a fundamental perspective, I would look at the fees or the revenue that's being generated on the chain, right? You have to pay a transaction fee to interact with the network to process the transaction. So if we see fees going up, it's going to be, pretty good representation of more users. Can that fee revenue be maintained if we're not seeing new meme tokens launching all the time? We'll see. But that's a use case that kind of popped up here recently. I don't think it's going to go away. There will be more use cases, but ultimately it's, what is happening on chain in terms of development activity? Does that lead to more utility, more use cases that then brings in more users that then supports us from a fundamental perspective in terms of revenue generation, if you think about it as a business? Mm-hmm. And when you look at it from that perspective, there's a lot of positive signs. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to go up every single day, and we know that these things are wildly volatile. But if I'm looking at the fundamental picture, it looks pretty good. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, what matters today is the price, and the price action has been a bit disappointing. But just a month ago, we were $100 higher.
Right.
And maybe in another month, we could be $100 lower. That wouldn't be good. But my point is that these things can change in an instant.
Yeah.
So the one thing I will just kind of throw out there for anybody that's looking to kind of dig into some of this a bit more, DeFi Llama, Token Terminal, if you go to some of those dashboards, you can get a good sense of what we're talking about. You can see the fees. You can see TVL on Solana. You can see the amount of stablecoin trading volumes and activity on the chain. And if those things are going up and to the right, regardless of the price, I think it to some extent justifies kind of the future outlook.
Very good. So we have 10 minutes left.
Oh, wow.
We have to get to the demo, but we do have one quick question from Demi Moonbeam. What's the minimum amount of Solana you need to participate in liquidity pools?
I have actually never created any pools on Solana. You can do that through Radium or Jupiter. Mm-hmm. Given that, I think the only thing that really holds anybody back is just the transaction fees, or with ETH, the gas fees. I look at Solana, though it's an L1, the economics in terms of the fees going to be similar to an L2. So I don't know. $100 is probably the minimum, or $50 is kind of an arbitrary amount, but I don't think you need much. Whereas if I'm going to do something on ETH, and it's definitely changed, but it's hard to create a liquidity pool even with $1,000 if it costs $50 to deploy the pool,
right?
Versus the fees you're going to generate off of that that capital. So with Solana, I don't know, $10 maybe, but your return in dollar terms isn't going to be that large.
Right. All right.
So hopefully that answers the question.
My partner in crime, Dan, is here, and he's saying join the Discord. Yes, join the Tasty Crypto Discord, please. That is where we are reactivating the Tasty fam, the crypto fam. Everybody's welcome.
I'm excited about that.
It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, we can finally support it, hopefully foster community in there. I know there were a lot of people early on that were showing up, and apologize we weren't at the same time, but we're bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
Dan's leading the charge, and you guys are doing a fantastic job of that, so I'm excited.
So what else do we have here? Expected moves, and then we can dive into platform.
Yeah, let's jump over to the TastyCrypto app in just a second. But before we do that, let's just quickly take a look at expected moves here. I think this is good just to set expectations for the week, given where spot price is and volatility. If you've been following the show, these expected moves have come in quite a bit. So previously, and really around these same spot prices, we were closer to about an $8,000 expected weekly move for Bitcoin. And that's just a one standard deviation move. Expectation is that you're going to trade within that range for 2/3 of the time, basically. ETH has been a bit sticky at 250, but the tighter range here with Bitcoin is just a function of volatility absolutely collapsing. And that is something to take note of. Implied vol in here is actually, the updated vol is 49%. So we ran the numbers earlier at 51%. The realized is 33 on a 1 month basis if we annualize it. And when you rank that, and what we're doing there is just looking at, okay, the implied volatility of 51%, where is that number relative to all the levels it's traded at over a 3-month period, 6-month period, or a year? It's close to zero. What that means then is that these levels of implied volatility, option premium, what traders expect in terms of movement, are at some of the lowest levels on the year, certainly some of the lowest levels in the last 3 months, which is a function of just how wildly volatile it was with the election and everything that's happened in the past couple of months. So you can't read into that shorter time period too much, but volatility has come in a bit. Will it go back up? Maybe. It can go a lot lower. Just know that characteristically, this is pretty low for what we typically see with Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. So tighter ranges when volatility comes down, volatility widens, you're going to get bigger ranges.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So yeah, that's where we're at with the expected moves. A little bit of the performance dashboard, but really, again, it's been pretty boring out there. Frustrating for both the bulls and I guess even more so recently, if you're short the bears, it's not really going down either when we look at Bitcoin.
Yeah. Grumpy Mike, more users, as in some application for the coin generating the fees, or is it just more speculative buy-sell generating fees?
I would look at it as more users on chain. Are more users participating in the Solana ecosystem, on the Solana network, however you want to think about it, right? You have a blockchain that decentralized applications can run on top of. More users of those applications is synonymous with more users of that chain. Mm-hmm. And I think generally speaking, this is true of everything, right? If more people use Bitcoin, there's increased demand, there's limited supply. More people use ETH, Solana, et cetera, it should have a positive impact on the price. It's not necessarily going to be one for one, but if there's increased demand for something and you need Solana to pay transactions, it's part of the ecosystem, trading pairs are based in it, you're going to likely see the price go up. Mm-hmm. If people are shunning Solana because of something that's happened on chain recently, well, price is going to go down. But I think, again, that's temporary. The one other thing I would add to that is that there is a lot that's going on in the ETF space where it is seemingly likely that we're going to get a Solana ETF sooner than later. It seems as if we will get for sure a decision on the Solana ETFs that are in review right now. Hopefully they're approved, but that is another potential catalyst. So again, I wouldn't read too much into just the short-term volatility here.
Yeah.
I'm not of the view that this was it for Solana and it's going back to FTX prices. This is something that has survived the very worst of what we've seen thus far in crypto. Okay,
pressure's on. 4-minute,
I don't think we can do it. I think we're going to have to kick it to another day. I guess we can show and talk about a couple things in the app. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So if we can throw the app up on the screen, and I think it's up there, but let me just double check. Yes. Beautiful. So we've got the TastyCrypto app here on the screen. This is for iOS and Android. And the one thing that I do want to answer, Shelley, is just to show everybody how you can connect this to your TastyTrade account. Once you've connected it to your TastyTrade account, you can transfer crypto that you have with TastyTrade or with Zero Hash to the wallet address that you control here with the application. The new version that's coming out will also allow you to buy it right here in the app. Now, that will still be in your TastyTrade account, but you can do it all with one interface, one platform. So that's pretty cool in my opinion.
Super swanky.
Here's how you do it. So this is already connected, but all you need to do, you have the TastyCrypto app. This is on chain. This is your self-custody wallet. You want to connect it to your TastyTrade account. This is assuming you've got crypto trading enabled, you've got crypto transfers enabled. All you need to do is you go to the menu and you're going to go to TastyTrade. And I have previously logged in. So now I'm active. When I click on this, well, it's going to tell me that I'm already logged in. So I'm in here now. And now that I have the connection, if I go to click on add and I click on TastyTrade, you can see the balances that you have here. It's going to take a second to load up. I know that this one at the bottom is the one that I have the crypto trading enabled on and also the transfers. And so this is going to give me the ability to withdraw crypto. And the two assets that I hold with TastyTrade right now that I can bring over to the wallet. So you can move over Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana. The wallet itself doesn't yet support Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, or Doge, or Ripple, all separate chains, things that we can add. Primarily an Ethereum-based wallet. We do have Solana. You got L2s on here like Base and Optimism Arbitrum, and of course, Bitcoin. But what I hold right now at TastyTrade is just ETH and Solana. So a little bit of each one here, not quite an ETH. If I want to move this over, I just click on it. And let's say that I want to transfer $5. So I can put in, whoops, that's 5 in ETH, but let's go 0.0005. So not quite $5, but $1.36 for this purpose. Let's go a little bit more there. So there we go, $2, review transfer. And actually, you know what? I can't open it up on this because I have my other authenticator on my phone, but we can walk through what this would do. You would go in and you have to have 2FA, so two-factor authentication turned on in your account for security purposes. Type that code in. If I had the ability to do that here right on the show, not prepared, apologies. But once I put that code in, it would take me to another screen, and then you just confirm the transaction, and everything else is going to happen under the hood, and your crypto will be withdrawn from TastyTrade to the address that you control here, and you'll see that balance eventually after that occurs. If I get all the way back to the home screen here, you'll see that Ethereum balance then update. You can see that in your activity. You can then trade that for other tokens.
Yeah, you're on Party Island.
You are on Party Island once you move that ETH over. Yeah, and so there's a lot that we're working to improve the experience, build better bridges to Party Island. But today, when you're logged into your brokerage account with TastyTrade, you have crypto enabled, you got the 2FA turned on, you got the transfers taken care of. But you've gone through that process, and you only really have to do that once. But once you've done that, then you're free to move crypto back and forth, use the exchange functionality that exists via TastyTrade and Zero Hash. But when you bring that, that crypto on chain, you can stake it via Lido. You can create a liquidity pool, Uniswap, or directly in the app, you can swap it. And so if anyone isn't familiar with how this works, and this is across multiple blockchains too, it's not just on Ethereum, but you can see here some of the different token balances that I have. Let's say that on the Base network, jumping from L1 to L2, I have $100 or so in USDC on Base. If I even want to buy more ETH on Base or another token, Virtuals Protocol, for example, one of the AI launch pads that we've talked about, you can do all of that right here directly in the wallet. So if I wanted to swap all $110, I'm going to end up with a little bit less. There's a little bit of slippage, there's a little bit of a fee in here, but this is a way that you can swap, and this is all happening directly on chain, which is cool. This is outside of the brokerage ecosystem. If you want to move it back into your brokerage account and then subsequently back into your bank account, you just have to deposit it back at TastyTrade. But once you move it out, you can do whatever you want. Your keys, your crypto, right?
That's right.
Party Island.
Party Island.
Wasn't quite a full demo, but I think we
was good.
covered a couple things. And again, that's how you would go in and just connect to TastyTrade within the TastyCrypto wallet application. There's a lot more coming soon.
So much more.
I don't.
We almost spilled some very big beans on the show this morning.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
You're letting the secrets out, huh? That's okay.
it's the point. Beans.
Yeah.
Spill them.
What did you? I mean, I guess
Well, yeah, I can't really tell you, but
new features, new things coming to the. What were you alluding to? Okay.
Yeah. Tasty traders specifically will be very excited.
I gotcha. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Shelley and Dan are cooking up some really cool stuff in the cave. We should get that out, I would imagine, in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So some cool things there. Can't really speak to it other than saying we're doing cool things. But on the wallet app side, there should be a new update that goes to the iOS and Android stores this week, and then next week, presumably, it's approved. It's available for download. That'll have the ability to buy crypto. Some really nice improvements. I know we've had a few bug reports recently, so thank you everyone for that. We've got the fixes in place, and some nice, updates to the swap, and then that watch list feature that's got a really cool new news component. So we'll do a more in-depth demo once that's available.
Yeah.
But I think we've run out of time.
We have. But that was a good speed round. Well done.
Yeah. Sorry we spent so much time just talking about the market not moving.
That's fun stuff.
Next time. Well, Shelley, as always, thank you for coming on the show. And again, if you have not checked out Beans, get over to the TastyCrypto YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel. The show is every Monday and Friday, 8:30 a.m.?
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Central.
9 a.m. Central Time. It's an awesome show. It's a lot better than whatever I'm doing here with this. So make sure you check it out. But I will be back next Wednesday, so I'll be off on Monday. Shelley will be back with Beans on Friday. Until then, I'm Ryan.
I'm Shelley.
Peace.